next item is...
I'm sorry. Next item is item 19, ordinance 176. An ordinance that is making certain determinations pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act and authorizing the county executive of the County of Nassau to accept on behalf of the County of Nassau an offer of purchase from Nambach Realty Group, LLC, of certain premises located in the incorporated village of Hempstead, Town of Hempstead, County of Nassau, State of New York, said property known as Section 34, Block 333-3, Lot 2, on the land and tax map of the County of Nassau, and authorizing the county executive to execute a deed contract of sale into municipal agreement for mortgage and tax payoff and all pertinent documents in connection therewith to consummate the sale and vacating and canceling all county held tax liens and any and all tax obligations not yet rightful lien status related to such property. Motion. Moved by legislator Dunn, second by legislator Capel. All right, can we have someone speak on this item?
Yes, Madam Chair, Kevin Walsh is here to speak on this item, and perhaps you want to incorporate the committee testimony into today's hearing.
That's the request, incorporate by reference of the testimony provided in the committee.
Good afternoon, legislators. Kevin Walsh, the Office of Real Estate Services. This is an ordinance seeking approval of a few separate agreements, a contract of sale to sell county-owned real property, an municipal agreement with the Village of Hempstead in connection with the 100 Main Street property. This is a property that the county acquired for non-payment of taxes in December 2014, a property that had been in foreclosure as well. The county issued RFPs in late 2014 and is recommending award to the highest proposal, Namdar Realty Corp, for $4 million. The proceeds of the sale will be dispersed as spelled out in the intermunicipal agreement and in the ordinance, first to pay off the Section 108 HUD loan and all the costs in connection with that, firstly. Secondly, to pay any of the county costs in the municipal agreement, and then if there are any sale proceeds remaining, they would be distributed 57% to the county and 43% to the village.
Any questions or comments from the legislators? Legislator Bynum.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lisa.
Just wanted to know whether you were able to narrow down the exact figures since we last spoke.
For the payoff of the principal, nothing I don't think's changed. The principal balance is actually only paid twice a year, in August and February. So I believe the principal is still $3,143,432.40. We know that the fees and costs would be approximately $200,000 until we get to closing, which obviously we hope is going to be very soon. We hope, even if possible, to close this month. The purchase is very motivated. Is part of an exchange, but all the proceeds are spelled out very clearly with the village in the IMA, and the goal is obviously to try to get us back on the tax rolls. We don't expect there's going to be any overage funds. There was even money that was collected when the property was in foreclosure by the receiver as part of the operating income spelled out in the intermunicipal agreement. That's included. So the proceeds will probably be mostly dispersed to pay off the loan. Secondly, like I said, to pay any of the cost of the county, and then it'll be dispersed between the parties.
Okay, and I guess that's decided day of, basically.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I'm happy if you like after when we close, share a closing statement.
I would appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other comments or questions from the legislators? Any public comment?
Yeah.
Item 19.
Yes.
Meet Meredith Baldwin. My questions, I think I'm repeating my questions and my concerns, and I know a lot of the history of this facility. I'm thinking more so than the majority of you, not all of you, but the majority of you. And my concern still has to relate to where it says vacating and canceling all county-held tax liens and any and all tax obligations not yet ripe for lien status. So I'm concerned if the cost to the developer is not inclusive of making that whole, then who, I don't know why I'm even asking that question because I already know the answer, who will be responsible for that tax responsibility, since we are talking about a commercial property and we know how this county seems to believe that these businesses are going to generate revenue and offset the taxes that the residents have to end up paying in the long run. So I'm still unclear, and you all have the documents there. So if someone could explain to me what exactly is that tax responsibility that we are just vacating and canceling, and the future in terms of the not yet ripe lien status. I know you're going to approve it anyway, but I'm just saying for the record, I don't want it said that we're bringing in all these businesses and these commercial properties and commercial developers, but we keep giving out all of these tax breaks to everybody except the individual taxpayer. Just saying.
Thank you, Ms. Meredith.
Any other comments?
I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
presiding officer? Excuse me, presiding
Legislative
officer.
Bino.
Can we ask that someone attempt to answer her question?
Mr. Walsh, can you answer the question that was addressed to this body?
Yes, in terms of taxes and lien status, as of the date the county took title, which is December 29, 2014, taxes were taken off the rolls at that point. We acquired a tax deed at that point. We brought an action, a bar claim action to get marketable title. The day we close is the day for tax purposes. When it gets to the next taxable status date, it'll relate back to that date. It'll be on the rolls as of that date. So another reason why I'm motivated, obviously, to close soon.
If I
In terms of, not to confuse other taxes, there are other taxes in connection with the closing. For example, things like transfer taxes. For example, the closing, that has to be paid by the purchaser. The county would normally sellers pay a transfer tax. The county's exempt by law, that passes on to the purchaser. It's a state tax. But the real property taxes will be reimposed. It'll be back on the rolls. And the main reason the county and the village work together to get this moving.
And I just wanted to make sure too, because I believe you answered or you provided some information that might satisfy Ms. Meredith's question in the testimony during committees. It was my understanding that you completed a title search to ensure that there really wouldn't be any opportunity for some unknown tax burden to be placed on the property or to come due at closing that you wouldn't be aware of to this point. Am I correct?
That's correct. Through the foreclosure, there was title searches done and updates and an action as well to confirm that there were no other liens. So there is nothing else.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Walsh. Okay, there being no other questions or comments regarding ordinance 176, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the item passes unanimously.